Bobbitt. I'm the CEO for the Fox Valley YMCA. First of all, obviously, I want to thank Rebecca for being here today. We certainly appreciate it for many, many reasons. But I also want to thank our swim coaching staff, John Meyer, who's the aquatic director, and Sarah and Michelle and Lucy, and our Aquaforce swim team kids and parents. We really appreciate, I tell you just on behalf of the Y and our board of directors, we really appreciate the impact that you have on this YMCA, the impact that you have on yourself, the work ethic that you learn and having to swim. I see you guys swimming those laps back and forth, and the parents who are bringing the kids to practice and those swim meets, I know the commitment that you make, and so on behalf of the Y, we appreciate all of you. Keep swimming, keep working hard, and maybe one day you'll be up here getting a chance to talk to kids as well. But as far as Rebecca's concerned, it's really kind of unbelievable for me that we have the opportunity to have her here. When I looked at all that she's accomplished, and really even just thinking back to watching the Olympics and the gal in the pink suit and just remembering and experiencing all those things and being so proud to kind of, as an American with the Olympic team, to see how well everybody did. It really was incredible that we even had the opportunity to have her here. When you look at her track records, current world record holder, and what she's accomplished at USC, and obviously in the Olympics, she's an incredible person. But she's also here because of the character that she brings. Sometimes athletes kind of forget about the fact that they need to be a good person. They need to have good character. And I know firsthand, just from some old New Jersey contacts that Rebecca kind of knows as well, that she's really a very kind person of high character and moral regards, and obviously a strong work ethic. So without further ado, Miss Rebecca Soni.
Thank you all for coming out. So basically, I'm just going to tell you a couple stories, and then I want you guys to think up some questions. It's really fun for me to talk about things that you guys are interested in hearing about. So I think that's going to be where most of this talk is going to be about. So think of questions, and we'll get to those in a little bit. But there's definitely a couple of things that I would love to share with you guys. So I'll kind of, start from the beginning. I started swimming when I was 10 years old, which is a little bit older in our sport. Lots of kids start when they're 5 or 6 or 4 or 3. So I started when I was 10, and I basically ended up at the pool because my older sister, for her 10th birthday, wanted to be on the swim team. And 2 years later, when I was just in the carpool with mom and dad and sister driving to practice, waiting for her to finish and then driving home, they kind of saw it was a little waste of time. They thought, well, let's throw the other kid in the pool too. So that's how my start was. I was doing gymnastics beforehand, which I really loved. I was playing the piano, so I had lots of other things. And since I was kind of forcefully put into swimming, I didn't particularly love it at first. I didn't know anything about it. So the first day when I showed up and they said, "Where's your cap?" I said, "What's a cap?" And then they said, "Okay, here's your cap," and put it on sideways, and I fixed it, and then said, "Okay, go 100 IM," and I said, "What the heck is that?" And then they said, "Fly back," and I was like, fly where? Fly what? I had no idea, so it took a while. From stories I've heard from my mom, apparently they would call her and say, "Oh, Rebecca's sleeping in the locker room again. She went to the bathroom and never came back, found her taking a nap in there." And I always had this pair of goggles that broke, so I would sit on the wall all the time and fix them. I'm not trying to give you guys ideas. This is what I did. So this was the first year or so of my swimming career, and eventually I started to see that I actually enjoyed playing in the pool. I was doing it every day, so my friends were there, and we were having a good time, and slowly started to transition to working really hard, and that's when I really started swimming. I don't really count those first 2 years. That was like introduction to swim. But it was really when I fell in love with the sport, when I started to work hard, when I started to actually care about coming to practice every day. And for me, that's when I learned what hard work was. And I never really watched the older swimmers. I didn't
What?
I didn't really, pay attention to what was going on in the swimming world. I didn't know much about times and who the fastest people in the world were. I was just going to swim because I liked it, because I was working hard, and it felt really good. And I was in the pool, and my sister was there, and I was always trying to be like her, and she loved that. That was sarcastic. So I was always, just trying to keep up, and every time she would move up in a group, I would try to move up too, so I could keep up with her. And I just really started to love working hard, and that's about the time when I started to swim breaststroke, or at least remember it. And that's really the beginning of my swimming career. So I was always a breaststroker, and I say choose me, I didn't choose it. I would go to practice every day. Eventually I was going straight from school in the afternoon, swim for 3 or 4 hours, and then come back, and it's late at night. So put a lot of hard work, a lot of effort into it, and I just loved what I was doing. All through high school, when I was doing doubles early in the morning and driving straight from practice to school to practice again without ever going home. Looking back now, I can't imagine how I did that, but it's because I loved it so much. Nothing really felt better than coming home at 11 p.m. and just feeling exhausted and feeling that hard work, and you can physically feel how you made yourself better today. That's what I love about it. So as I got a little older, I made my first nationals when I was 13, and I was this itty bitty little thing, and I went to nationals, and here go these giant guys walking around the Mac Beavers and Nathan Adrians, and this little girl getting washed over in their tidal waves and warm up, and I just had no idea that swimming was like this, And I think I came in 60-something that first nationals, but it was such a great experience just to see the world of swimming and see, watch the fastest people. That was the first time I ever had that opportunity. And slowly, as I got older into high school, I made my first national team my senior year of high school, which was Lowell Universities, and I got a chance to go to Turkey and swim in my first international competition and kind of get a taste of that. And I have been on the national team ever since, and it's been such a great experience. Between the places that we get to go and the people that I've gotten to meet, it's been really quite a ride so far. So after graduating high school, I moved out to California from New Jersey, and I went to USC, and I attended all 4 years of college, graduated in 4 years, swam all 4 years, and it was such a great experience. I cannot imagine that I would be anywhere near where I am today if I didn't have that experience of training with the amazing coaches that I've had for now the past about 8 years, and the teammates, the team experiences that I got to go through. And it was so much fun. I'm sure some of you guys experience it, whether it's in high school swimming. I didn't do high school swimming, I just did club. And so when I got to college, this whole aspect of, having 50 of my closest friends automatically being with the swim team, and then, going to NCAAs with the 20 girls team, it's really such a great experience. The camaraderie, the sportsmanship that you share together. I had so much fun, and many of the best experiences in my swimming career come from those NCAA meets. I think one of the top ones was my freshman year, so I was still kind of getting used to stuff, and then we had the top ranked medley relay in the country going in, and for me it was really exciting. We did relays before, but college relays are really something that's so much passion, so much emotion behind it, and I've heard it said that NCAAs is the hardest meet in the world, including the Olympics, or the most, passionate, the most intense meet. And it really is, because it's shorter, it's only 3 days, and there's so much fire behind everybody for defending their school, defending their pride, and, wearing their school mascots with pride. And